My name's Curt Brown, and we're here at Reno State Airport in Nevada, the home of the world-famous Reno National Championship Air Races. Behind me here is an L-39. This is one of the aircraft in the newest class we have here at Reno. Prior to 2002, we had 5 classes here at Reno. We had the biplane class, we had the Formula Ones, we had the T6s, we had the Sport class, and then the Unlimiteds. Well, in 2002, the Jet class was born. So now we have a class powered by turbine.
Hi, I'm Jeff Turney. I'm from Reno, Nevada. I've been around the races now for, believe it or not, a little over 20 years, about 22. I've worked in race control, I've worked on the staff, and up until the year 2005, I was actually the air boss running the air show.
Jeff Turney and I, Monday after the races, we finished up all our business here, had shut down race control, and we went out to the High Desert Cafe and we're having lunch, and we started talking about a possibility of getting a jet class started.
Typically, the folks that come out and watch the races with propellers and pistons and all the old World War II type fighters are older. Reno was interested in attracting the newer, younger demographics, and the younger folks in today grew up with jets.
Back in the year of 2000, we had an exhibition jet race and we invited some people to come out and race some jets around the course, and the crowd really responded well to it, so we were asked to put together a concept for a jet race. It was going to be very difficult to regulate the field with jets because there's such a wide variance of speed between them. So the first guy that showed up that had an afterburner obviously was going to win the jet race, and we proved that with the exhibition race in 2000 when Jimmy Leeward was the unofficial winner in his Big 17, doing about 520 miles an hour.
The rule was Jimmy was not allowed to light the afterburner on the 17. Jimmy comes around and there's people near him. He does one lap and off the afterburner goes, and there goes Jimmy.
We wanted a class where all the airplanes were the same and the pilots made the difference.
We limited the field to just the L-39. We teched all the airplanes so that the fuel controls were all the same, the weights were pretty close. So it was really a pilot's race, and whoever flew the best line was going to win the race. The first jet race was actually scheduled for 2001.
Unfortunately, in 2001, we had the terrorist attacks in New York, and the entire Reno Air Racings was canceled in 2001. So the first race that we had was in 2002. Then some of the pilots, I think it was John Penny, said, hey, you know, I think we can go faster than the Unlimiteds, because for the history of the Reno Air Races, the Unlimited had been the fastest class on the airfield. And so in 2007, we decided that maybe we could open the class up to more jet-type aircraft.
But we still maintain the class with what we call just straight-wing, non-afterburning airplanes.
With that, we were able to bring a T2 Buckeye in, which turned out phenomenal, and Rich Sugden won the race in a very fashionable way.
Lee Griffin brought a T-33 that actually set the Reno Air Race record of qualifying speed. He qualified just over 525 miles per hour.
We had 2 L-29s that, much to everyone's chagrin who had seen L-29s fly, had secretly put in big motor. One had a Viper motor, one had a Pratt & Whitney JT-12, and they were quite the surprise of the field.
We first brought the Viper out, and people kind of wondering what the heck is that doing here. That's really an old, slow airplane. We about came pretty close to doubling the thrust, which now made the aircraft one of the fastest aircraft in the field.
We also had change to the L-39 so that we could take the tip tanks off, put winglets on, we could change the engines, we could modify. Some guys took out the rear cockpit seat, decreased weight, did some modifications to the engines, a little bit to the airframes and stuff, and the L-39, whereas in the first year at race was around 450 miles an hour, was up over 500 miles an hour.
So it made for, I think, a little bit better race, gave the fans a little bit more to look at, and made it more interesting than it would with just L-39s.
Racing at Reno, I've done a lot of different flying in my career as a pilot, and the thing I like about Reno is it's kind of the one place you can break all the rules you used to have to follow, but you can do it legally and have a lot of fun, and you're competing against some other pilots that are obviously very good or they wouldn't be here either. You can go fast, close to the ground, you fly formation, I don't know, flying formation, going fast, close to the ground, there can't be much thing better to do in an airplane.
So I'm flying an L-29, more of a straight wing version aircraft, and it has a bigger wing, so it's a little bit lesser wing loading than these L-39s. So the biggest thing that enlightened me actually yesterday was we went out there in the afternoon and we hit some turbulence after pylon number 3, and I think we're up about 8 Gs. I mean, we just got hammered, hitting that wash across the ridgeline. So you have to be ready for just about anything out there, and that will get your attention. I mean, you get yourself slammed, inside the cockpit, but you got to quickly get over it, get back to racing, get on your line, and keep going.
It's going to be bumpy, but I got bruises, but I got room for more. So we're going to make some more bruises.
The primary features that you need to go fast are the weight, the thrust, and the pilot. Those are the 3 big things.
When you step in the jets, obviously you're going a lot faster, so it's quite a bit different as far as timing goes and lead points and picking your line through the course.
A good line is a good start, but that's all it is a good start because you're in traffic. A good line gets you good qualifying time.
You need to think farther ahead in the course. You need to look ahead. Instead of looking 150 yards, we're looking out there 300-400 yards ahead, because you've got to see what's coming in about the next second so you can position the jet properly. A very professional group of pilots out there, good situational awareness, and I think everybody knows how to handle their aircraft. So you feel rather comfortable going around the track with these guys. There's not any wild cards out there that are going to do some kind of crazy maneuver or flat plate you when you're going around the course.
I love motors, I love power, I love mechanical things. So what amazes me is we can take, like in the Unlimiteds, we can take an airplane that was supposed to have so much horsepower, we can like triple that horsepower and go well faster than the airplane was ever supposed to go. And the same way with the jets, we can take a trainer that was meant to be nice and slow and docile and forgiving and safe for a student learning how to fly, then we can take it, change the engine a little bit, change the wings, aerodynamics a little bit, make it go well over 500 miles an hour and race with it.
And when you're in traffic, that's when the pilot skills really show up. And guys with a lot of experience have a lot more capability dealing with traffic. And traffic is really where your skills begin to come to play. Unlike the other classes, the jet class, you very seldom see the wings go level. It's just almost no place on the course where our wings are level. We are always turning, we are always pulling. Now picture having to look at those pylons at 500 miles an hour while you're flying formation with somebody who doesn't really want you flying formation with them. That's where the work is, and that's where the pilot skills really show themselves.
If you've never been to the races, you have to come out, you have to be able to hear the airplanes going around the pylons. You have to be able to see it and put it in perspective. A television camera doesn't do it because of the field of view of the camera. You don't really get the speed, or you don't really get the feel of how high they are above the ground or how close they are together. But if you come out to Reno and you see it in person, believe me, it'll change the way you see air racing and how airplane racing really works.